Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Hardcore Let's Play. My name is Ender. Today is episode 20 of the series. We've hit the 1/5 mark, ladies and gentlemen. Now I just need to do this 4 more times and we'll be at episode 100, but I think we can get that done pretty quickly, actually. Anyway, there's some things that we need to go over. For instance, in the last episode, we constructed this furnace. Oh yeah. The furnace is the home to our smeltery, which we have 4 of these easy to build smeltery things. On the outside, I actually changed this a little bit. Last episode we had a different design on the sides. I've gone ahead and changed it a little bit, and I think it looks a lot better and more closely resembles what the side of a furnace is. I did it on all 3 sides. I also tore out the hill that was here, so now as you can see we have some cleared space here. I've also, if you noticed, added a path here, and I've kind of expanded this river thing just slightly to kind of give you an idea of what I wanted this to look like. The river is not actually done, but this is sort of the idea I want it to be. Sort of how I want it to look like when we're done here. And I also did this thing on this side. It'll come through here, and then the river will extend along here, dumping into the lake. But terraforming is boring. It's something that needs to be done off camera. So what are we doing in this episode? Well, unfortunately for me, I'm running out of time in my life. So we're going to be doing something a little bit easy and a little bit simple in this episode. I've gone ahead and repaired all my tools so we can do this. But what I want to do is make a nether tunnel just to make our path to the Stronghold a little bit safer. Once we've done that, then we can move on with our lives. But first things first, we gotta pick out some stuff to build this thing. I'm actually not sure what design to go for. I could use clay. I do enjoy clay, so I'll probably pick some of that. So this is my creative world, if you guys didn't know. This is where I build a lot of my test things and also do a bunch of weird stuff. Test some stuff out. You might have seen this stuff in some few older videos. That's the noise machine I was gonna make for a Pocket SMP episode. This is the nether tunnel from the previous season that I designed. For the way to the mesa. This, I think, is a design I was trying out for a storage room or something. Yeah, that looks actually pretty nice. I might try to do something like this later on. This is another one of those nether tunnels I had to design. This one might work, because we do have a bunch of cactus, actually, so we have a lot of green at our disposal. We have a lot of cyan clay around, so I think if we go with this sort of design for a nether tunnel, it could work out. And also, if we ever build a house in this world, this is probably the design I'm going to be going with. I don't remember where I found this, but I ended up building it. Definitely didn't build this myself. I'm not that talented. Oh, here's a squid farm, and this is the old storage system that we ended up tearing out. Nope, there's a skeleton too. Awesome. This is from this season too. Oh my goodness, I'm finding everything right now. No way. This is probably one of the coolest builds I've ever made. This episode is slowly turning into a creative world tour, but what the heck. I actually designed this entirely myself. This is my storage room on my survival world, a normal survival world. You know what? I'm going to show that real quick. Last time I joined this was August 11th. Wow. So first things first, in this survival world, this was kind of like a survival thing I did. Yeah, just over the summer when I wasn't doing YouTube, I decided to hop into a survival world and start my own kind of thing going. This is that storage room I was talking about. This is it completely finished in survival. It's definitely one of my better builds. And I have an elytra, so let's go ahead and take a spin. Alright, we're in the air on our other survival world, so this isn't hardcore. But wow. Alright, so here's a giant mob farm. We're going to be building this in this season, the hardcore series. So our giant darker mob spawner is up there. We have our slime farm here, which is actually super effective, if I remember correctly. This over here is a cactus farm. The reason I haven't dug out this deep is because it was originally supposed to be a slime farm, but then it turned out not to be a slime chunk, so I screwed up. And I just turned it into a cactus farm. It was a little oversized, but it worked. And this is kind of just me experimenting with the new concrete blocks because they've just been added. I've got an automatic wheat thing here. I've got fishing farm, bulk storage room. We got an automatic sugarcane farm, and I believe this is where I stored all that kind of stuff. Mostly the crops in bulk. So there's the pumpkin farm. Actually, I don't think I ever moved in that big grand storage room. This is what I've been using forever, pretty much. Yeah, the whole point of this world was just for me to get a little bit more into things. This was a skeleton that literally, like, okay, one night when I was AFKing after I built this thing, one day I was flying over this way and there was a bunch of skeletons with pumpkin heads on them. And apparently, well, my theory is that they'd all kind of like spawned over here and then caught a pumpkin as they were falling and then wandered off this way. So it was pretty funny. Anyway, I have been extremely sidetracked and we need to get to work on that nether tunnel design. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Alright guys, I think I've finished the tunnel design. This is what it's going to end up looking like. I think I'm just going to run it, to be honest with you. I just want it to look a little bit better when I do. It's not that far. If we ever do change it, I'll just replace this middle column with like packed ice or something, and then I'll put a boat on it. Okay, yeah. If it should ever come to it, we'll still have lights on the top, so it shouldn't be that bad. But we will have packed ice floor if we ever do end up getting that, which I'm sure we will at some point. Well, it turns out we don't actually have much terracotta. While we go out to mine it, though, we might as well take a lot of this cactus here, and then go smelt this up into some fancy... Oh, probably shouldn't have used that. And smelt this up into some fancy green dye. Excellent. These things have been cooking, so we can go ahead and make like a bunch of this stuff. Okay, so that fills just about fills that entire shulker box there, with just green terracotta alone. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've gathered up all the materials we're gonna need for this project in 3 shulker boxes. I don't know if it's gonna be enough to complete the whole thing. Probably not, and I probably won't get to the whole thing in this episode. But we're gonna take a start on it. Our first steps, as you might say. Okay, so obviously there's going to be a few things about this tunnel that we're going to need to change as we get to it. But first of all, the main part of the tunnel is going to be at this level up here. So if we go up here, we see that there's a bit of a stretch here where the tunnel goes, and then it goes to that side. Once we get to there, we have a little bit to go, but then it turns into kind of a steep staircase that goes right down to the new tunnel. I mean, to the nether portal. And up here we also have kind of a steep staircase to work on, so we'll get to that when we can, but I think for now we're just going to build the main body parts of the tunnel.
The 80s might as well be 80, a different world for our mamas, and it is for you and me, and I still don't know who I wanna be. The times are changing, it's obvious. The times are changing, but only so much. Tell me, are we gonna be here forever? Forever? Are we gonna be here forever? Forever?
Whoa, that was a weird voice malfunction. We have completed the tunnel. Well, at least halfway. The main part of the tunnel is done. It goes up to the corner and then turns. From that point, we just need to make that steep staircase that goes down to the Stronghold, and the staircase I'm going up right now, up to the nether hub. But we'll do that another day since I'm kind of worn out of this project. Well, anyway, pretty soon here I want to stop building and I want to move into some redstone projects. So I was thinking of going ahead and building a pumpkin farm, the same design that I showed you in my survival world earlier. And to do that we need glass and lots of it. And I think that's the only resource we're really missing. We have tons of wood, tons of redstone, tons of iron from the iron farm for the pistons and hoppers and such. But yeah, we should be pretty good on all the other resources. Except glass, so we're going to need to collect some of that, as well as a bunch of orange dye, but we can do that in the episode that we actually build a thing. I'll leave those lying around for when we actually get to back to the nether tunnel, which should be pretty soon. Lots of resource collection in this episode. Hopefully it's not too repetitive or boring. I know that was like the first time-lapse I've done. No. It was the second time-lapse I've done in this series. The first one was getting all the lava inside of the nether tunnel. So that's pretty neat. It's been a long time since I've done one of those. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you want to see more of them, just let me know. I kind of want to do a third-person one too, although that kind of requires me to get an alt on here. Eventually, if I ever try a big massive project, I don't know, like the mob farm maybe? The dark room mob spawner up in the sky? I might be willing to get an alt on, record a third-person time-lapse for that. In other news that I wanted to discuss, I've also found a way to get 60 FPS videos. That's right, I know my videos currently aren't 60 FPS, they're actually 30. And unfortunately, the way OBS records, it's a bit choppy at times, but actually, I tried Bandicam out, and obviously Bandicam has the watermark thing. If you've actually ever recorded a YouTube video, you'll have likely tried Bandicam, and Bandicam has a big old watermark on the top of your screen. Now, when I record with Bandicam, I get 60 FPS, and I actually found a way to get around the watermark as well, without buying it. When you record with Bandicam, you have like a little box thing that you can put on your screen, and then choose what part of your screen it records. So because I don't play Minecraft in full screen, I actually use a smaller window. I can actually make that screen a little bit taller than it should be, and then the watermark goes on that top edge. And on Sony Vegas Pro 13, I can actually crop the video so that the watermark part doesn't appear. And then I just have a 60 FPS video. Now I tried this, and the plan works fairly well. I actually have like fully HD 60 FPS videos, and it's fantastic. The only problem, I'd say, is that the rendering time is ridiculous on Sony Vegas. Now for most YouTubers, that's basically the thing, and I mean that's basically how it goes. It takes forever to render videos. For me, it can take about 20 minutes on Movie Maker to, well, maybe not 20, maybe like 10 minutes on Movie Maker to render these hardcore Let's Play episodes. But of course, the editing process is much simpler. My montages I used to do on Movie Maker, but lately I've been trying Sony Vegas, and they're turning out better, although the rendering time is obviously a nightmare. Even on those 3-minute videos, I can't imagine what they'd be on these 15-20 minute videos on the hardcore Let's Play. And I would say, if I did YouTube full-time, I would definitely do it. Easily. I could easily do that. So I don't really have all the time in the world to render 5 videos a week, especially long ones, and upload them, because I can only upload during the nighttime. And if I'm rendering, then I only have like, 7 to 8 hours after school, and then the weekends. But honestly, weekends I only have about that same amount of time. 5 hours a day max that I might be able to record videos, and obviously not all that is free time, so that includes recording, rendering, yada yada yada, uploading as well. Well, no, uploading is at night, so I guess it doesn't include that. But anyway, you see my point. It's a bit of a struggle if I do try to do it that way. But I think eventually it will be worth the effort, and I will actually try to record some montages in 60 FPS just so I can have that better effect. I think definitely if I ever hit 300 subscribers, I'll try to do a much fancier montage. You know, the whole 60 frames, over-edited kind of thing. Much better than the ones I normally do. And obviously, hardcore Let's Play, one of my favorite things to record, especially since I put so much time into it. You can obviously tell that. It's just this series just doesn't get as much support as the other ones do, and I really wish it did, but unfortunately, that's just the way of things. Vanilla Minecraft is just not as supported as the other kinds. Anyway, well, there's the boring talking part of the episode out of the way. Now you get to listen to me boringly talk about the actual game I'm playing. Isn't that fun? Huh, well, I don't actually know how long this episode is, but I think it's gone on long enough. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching episode 20 of the Minecraft Hardcore Let's Play, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. See you later. What is my outro again? Alright, see ya. Wait, almost forgot. Leave a like on this video, because for every like this video gets, the like count goes up by 1. Can't beat that deal. Anyway, see ya.
Somehow, you are having a good time at school. I'm really upset about it, if you can't tell, but I honestly don't know what's gonna happen. If you're going to have a great week, I'm really upset about it, if you can't tell. Oh my gosh, I'm really upset about it, if you can't tell. Oh my gosh. So yeah, and yeah, oh my gosh, you are having a